Hi everyone, KNWA and Fox 24 Chief Meteorologist Dan Skoff in the Weather Center. Boy, it's been a nice summer. At least the last couple of weeks have been way below where we should be this time of the year for temperatures. Now it's starting to heat up a little bit, but you know what? I wanted to find out if there is any validity to the summer that we've had or summers in the past, and if mild summers led to a harsh winter or vice versa. So in order to answer that, I had to compute some numbers, do some statistics, and the statistician in me came out over the last couple of days. And here you can see all the numbers that I've been calculating, and I'll show you my results. So I made some graphics here, and I'm going to go through them step by step and kind of explain them. First of all, I want to let you know that all these statistics were done for this graphic from Drake Field in Fayetteville and Fort Smith. And those are where the winter weather conditions were also calculated as far as how much snow fell and different other measurements. So since I've been here in 2006, I calculated the past 8 summers and how many times 100 degrees or higher was hit for the months of June, July, August, and even through September. So in 2006, Fayetteville hit 100 degrees plus 5 times, and Fort Smith hit it 23 times. Now that's actually a pretty hot summer. And so, let's look at the following winter weather conditions that led to a very harsh winter. After the summer of 2006, for the winter of 2006 through 2007, there were 5 major weather systems. I'm not talking about just traces of snowfall, pretty significant snowfall amounts. But the average temperature calculated for December, January, and February, which is meteorological winter, it was only 0.3 degrees above the normal, so actually right around normal for 2007. Now I'm going to fly through some of these other numbers, and you can pause the video to kind of soak in all the numbers and look for it yourself. But in 2007, that wasn't too hot of a summer, and it led to a little bit warmer winter than normal, but there were 4 major weather systems and 2 snowstorms in March 4th and 6th. In 2008, I would consider that a relatively mild summer, and it led to a pretty harsh winter, including the January 26th through the 28th ice storm. And notice the temperature throughout the entire winter was actually a little bit above where it should be as far as the averages are concerned. In 2009, though, this is staggering. I would consider the 2009 summer very similar to the one we are having now. Fayetteville didn't hit 100 degrees at all. Fort Smith hit it 6 times only. And look at how many snows. 6 major snows, including a white Christmas and the first day of spring major snowstorm. And look at how cold the temperature was. 4.3 degrees below where it should be, below the average. And in 2010, well, I would consider that a fairly hot winter, or a fairly hot summer, excuse me, and I would consider that a very active winter. You remember that big February 9th super snowstorm. So 2011, extremely hot year, and it led to a very mild winter. So the hot year in 2012 also led to a very mild winter, in fact, way above where we should be. And then for 2013, only time will tell, but so far only 3 times Fort Smith has hit 100 degrees plus, and so judging by 2009, we could be in for a harsh winter, but there's no way to know for sure. So other winter folklores revisited. Have you ever heard about the first week in August? If it's really hot, that will equal a harsh winter. So the average temperature for the first week in August for Fayetteville should be about 90 degrees. In 2006, we were a little bit above that. And, of course, the following winter weather conditions will all be the same. 2007 was an average hot first week in August for Fayetteville, and it was a pretty active winter. Look at 2008. Very warm, 94 degrees the average high, but 2009 was actually below the average, and you know how significant the following winter was. In 2010, I would consider that pretty hot. And there were significant snows. So really, you can tell there's no major correlation. There's no positive correlation between all this. And in 2011 and 2012, those were extremely hot first weeks in August, but it did not lead to a harsh winter. So that kind of debunks that winter folklore. And in 2013, our average temperature for the first week in August was 88 degrees. The final winter folklore revisited is the number of fogs in August. So we had, and I'm talking about visibility that is less than a half a mile at Drake Field, and that's the only place I looked at for fogs. 4 days of fog in August, 5 snowstorms. 2007, 2 days of fog, 4 winter systems. 3 days in 2008, which equaled 4, so that was pretty close. 2009, though, only 1 day of fog, and there were 6 major snowstorms, including a big first day of spring snowstorm. And in 2010, no days, so you would think, oh, there wouldn't be any snow, right, according to winter folklore, but there were actually 5 significant snows. And in 2011, not a whole lot. So 2010 there were no days and it was a harsh winter, but in 2011 there were no days and it showed a mild winter. I know you're probably not following me through all this. That's because there really isn't any correlation between all of this, and there's no way to tell what our winter will be like. But